All right, hello, hi, welcome back. Tonight is a special night for Canadians, of course. We will be having our election night. If you haven't already voted, and if you're on the East Coast, you're too late. If you're on the West Coast, there's still some time to get your votes in. Go vote for the right person, of course. Doing your own research. I did mine. I already did my part. I already voted. This is actually my first time voting. I think it is, really. My first time actually voting in, I was going to call it a federal election. I guess that's what it is, right? Like, in terms of voting for a prime minister, I think it's my first time voting for that. I had the chance to when I was 17 turning 18, but I was still 17 at the time, so I couldn't actually get my vote in. I had to be 18, and I'm a December boy, and elections usually are held in October, so I would have still been 17 during October, and then December I turned 18. So while all my friends voted on that year, I was not able to. I'm now an old man, and yeah, a couple of years have gone by. Once again, the election time has come, and I am now able to vote. So I finally cast my vote for the prime minister elections. I was able to vote for other stuff like municipal governments or premiers or mayors, I think. I don't even know. I do recall voting like 2 or 3 times maybe before. But yeah, like this one's for prime minister. So I'm proud. And I've included a live counter up here. It seems like these numbers are changing every time. There used to be 11 conservative seats. The way this is working, by the way, is you got to get enough seats. I think it's 172 in order for... Hold on, let me confirm, actually. It's... What is it? Well, yeah, 172 seats needed for a majority government. And until then, you know, whichever number gets there first. It's similar to what we saw with the US elections, where there's a certain number of seats required, right, to secure the victory. We still got a long way to go, of course. Canada is a very wide country, second largest country in the world, so we cover a lot of time zones. The first time zone that came past, we already got the results in for, which is Newfoundland and Labrador. Prince Edward Island was also included in there. Nova Scotia is now being included. I think it's already been included by now, and same with New Brunswick. We're now waiting on the rest, which it's going to likely be... It'll be important. I think around this time is when we should see those numbers close in for Quebec, Ontario, and in the north we have none of it. Although none of it is very large, I'm not too sure. But those should cover for the 9 o'clock p.m. time zone, which is this current time. I'm pretty sure. If I'm not mistaken. I'll double check and I'll research all that stuff later when we get to that topic. But, you know, bottom line is we will have to wait another 3 hours because BC is 3 hours away, British Columbia, on the west coast of Canada. Right now it's like 6 o'clock for them still, so they have to wait until it's 9 o'clock for them, and then get those votes counted. By then it'll be like over midnight over here, so if you're wondering, will I stream that whole thing? No, I will not. It's going to be way too long. But I still thought it would be pretty cute to include a little counter up there, just to see how things are going so far. And so far, it's not looking that great. But it's the East Coast, so who really cares? They've got a small amount of numbers. I'm more excited for, well, Quebec, I'm pretty sure will be overwhelmingly Bloc Québécois, which is this light blue one you see up here, Bloc Québécois. I saw the number 1 appear there for a second, and then they erased it. I'm assuming it's because the numbers, they're still counting the polls, right? So we're not too sure yet for that. Ontario, I'm certain, will be a conservative majority. What was none of it before? None of it was NDP, I think. I don't know if they're going to be able to keep that up. NDP is not that popular this time. Yeah, realistically, who knows, right? This time it could absolutely be different. Pretty sure people do want a change. It's either you're voting for Orange Man bad and we don't want 51st state, or you're voting for, you know, food, gas, groceries, money, housing, taxes, etc., which would be the Conservative Party. Seems like that's what I've heard is what most people are voting based off of, and I hope that is true, right? You know, immigration is still a problem, housing crisis, cost of living too high, etc. So I think people are absolutely waking up to a realization of that, especially in the younger generations. They would be leaning more towards conservative. And while I'm not concerning myself with this number right here too much yet, although I've been to that east side of Canada, I know it's not that populated compared to what we have in Ontario, for example. Ontario is the most populated province, so it'll be one of the largest counters. Alberta is given like 100% is going to be conservative, full conservative, blue wave instantly. British Columbia, I have seen based off of some analytics that it is kind of leaning toward the conservative side, so I'm hoping that is the case. I did see in previous elections, other territories like Yukon and Northwest Territory were mainly liberal, although I don't think there's too many seats up there. Yeah, I don't know. Saskatchewan, Manitoba, what they would be. Probably NDP is what they were before, but probably red, honestly. Quebec, though, will be likely Bloc Québécois and a lot of liberal in there as well, especially in the major cities will be liberal. Likely, right? I'm not too sure. Maybe the French are finally going to wake up as well. Otherwise, we got to do something about these French. No, I'm kidding. I love the French. Not really. Whatever. We'll see. Okay, enough Canada talk. Welcome back to Bitcoin. It's at 95,189, unlike what the thumbnail probably shows 94,000. That's wrong. It's on its way up, which is not bad, right? We're happy about this. Still have not been able to break our high that we achieved on the 25th of April, but that's not a big deal. That high point, we're looking at 95,700. We're not too far off, $600 away, $500 away, approaching there little by little currently. Resistance for sure, though, was that 96,000 zone that we would have to break. We have been using this support very, very well. Like, it's worked a couple times. And, yeah, I think it will remain solid. This is a support between 92,000, we'll call it. I know I drew a massive red area, but it was a bit up in the air because I was using a macro scale, right? Looking at, I don't know, if I'll go to, as a weekly chart too harsh? Kinda. Let me go to a one-day chart so you can see this better. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I don't even know if you can see this little red zone that I have drawn out here. It's very opaque, but it's there. It's meant to be a support, and it served as a resistance when we came down, when we were dropping initially to 76,000 for the first time. We managed to break through that, and we're using that as support now. So hopefully that'll continue our impulses toward the upside. Just gotta wait and see for that. Can we hit 100k by end of this week? May 8. That's 2 weeks from now. Maybe this week, maybe next week. I'm sure by next week we will be above 100k. Things just continue the way they are. There's literally nothing stopping Bitcoin right now. What bad news are you hearing out there? Nothing much, really, right? So overall, that's very positive. We have a lot of whale accumulation we'll be talking about. There was a hack. It was nothing major though. Bitcoin whale got hacked and had his funds laundered with Monero, another altcoin out there. Talking a little bit about that, and some analysis on M2 money supply, of course, and yeah, see where the elections will take us by then. Currently, liberals 23, conservatives 10. Still got a long way to go. Very long way. So don't be frightened by these numbers. It's looking like, oh, liberals are twice as much as conservatives by now, but we've got a long way to go. 172 seats. There's 300 in total. We'll be fine. It's 172 for the majority government, right? If you do achieve that majority government, then you're solid. Your party wins. I wonder what the other is. Other, I think, is like independent parties or PPC, likely, like People's Party of Canada. Like, I don't even know why people are voting for that. Or the Green Party. Like, they literally do nothing. Maybe I'll make my own party. What do you guys think? Nah. I don't know. I don't know if I really want to be a politician. I've thought about it. And I'll leave it at that. I've just considered it. Like, hey, what if I was a politician? Probably make a lot of money from doing nothing. Because that's what politicians do most of the time. Unless you're a good one. Anyway, moving on. 95,100 for Bitcoin, not too bad, up 1.95%. Still, like, relatively speaking, not that crazy of a day this Monday, today. Yeah, like, not much happened. One interesting thing I did want to check out, and matter of fact, I'm going to pull it up right now. Doesn't have much to do with crypto, but still can have a bit of an impact. We already know that no GameStop will not be buying that much Bitcoin. It's probably 1 billion Bitcoin that GameStop will buy. I was looking for earnings to see what companies will be reporting this week. So far, Domino's Pizza, Opera, I use Opera, and Waste Management. Nothing major today, right? Just those gave their earnings report, the quarterly earnings report, just to see how the companies are doing for investor knowledge, right? Sophie Technologies, PayPal, UPS, Coca-Cola, Pfizer, Spotify tomorrow, as well as Visa, Starbucks, Snapchat, and that's it. For tomorrow, that could bring... I'm not sure if this could bring much volatility. None of these really have much to do with crypto or Bitcoin. Maybe PayPal in terms of payments. Visa, kinda. I'm more excited about MasterCard that's coming Thursday. I'll get to that. Wednesday we'll be having Caterpillar. I don't recognize any of these other companies. Here's going to be some important ones. Microsoft and Meta. Robinhood, Qualcomm. Yeah, those will be important for sure. Wednesday after close. Thursday, Eli Lilly Company, Roblox, CVS Health, MasterCard, SiriusXM, McDonald's will be reporting on Thursday. And then also, this is a lot of tech giants in here, right? Amazon, Apple, Riot, blockchain, that's going to be important as well. They hold a lot of Bitcoin, Airbnb, Reddit. Cool. And then for Friday, Magna, Wendy's, that's all. And ExxonMobil. Cool. So, yeah, Wednesday, Thursday seems like it's going to be a lot of tech giants reporting their quarterly reports, right? And we'll see how they do. Might bring some bit of institutional sentiment over towards the crypto market as well. So, it could be a bit volatile on those days. Wednesday for sure. Wednesday for sure because we will also be getting some economic data, PCE, and GDP. Friday we'll be getting NFP data and unemployment. So that'll be important. Just to help determine, where we're standing for rate cuts, what Jerome Powell is going to say, etc. Cool. We're dropping a little bit with Bitcoin. It's fine. Ethereum's 1,794. We did break that. We reached 1,800 something today. 1,805. Is this also from today? Likely it is, yes. Yeah. So we did reach 1,826 today, earlier in the morning for Ethereum. Also just holding kind of laterally. You'll notice that most coins have not had too much movement. I think we're all just waiting for the economic data really and just what's going to happen next week. So markets are just kind of relaxing, waiting to see what happens. Like, okay, what's the next move? We could kind of predict it with the economic data that we'll be getting. Also, just like how tariffs are affecting U.S. companies could also make a play right with all that, those quarterly reports that we'll be getting. So that'll be interesting to have a look at as well. Overall, though, most altcoins have bottomed out. Bitcoin has also bottomed out. And we are maintaining our uptrends pretty well for most scenarios. Solana's at 147. Not much movement either here. Still stuck. Not much else to say, really. Like, uptrend is still there, although arguably would have to be readjusted a couple times. So it's still like a bit uncertain where I should keep that uptrend drawn, but should still be fine for that. Resistance one at 159. Currently at the pivot, roughly around 146, 147. Could keep that there. SUI is up 2% today almost. Current price 353. Still haven't reached our high. Well, this high happened this morning, actually. I lied. At 387, new high. Man, we're getting really, really close to that $4 mark. SUI is going insane. I have a bit of I wouldn't know if this would be considered bearish news. Some token unlocks will be coming soon. I'll leave it at that. I'll get into it soon. XRP $2.28. Not a lot of movement here either. We did reach another high though of 236, recent high early this morning. Seems like early this morning was a bit of a rally. Something happened in the Asian market. Oh no, it would have been in the European markets by then. And 70 cents for Cardano. Like to see it above 70, so hopefully it can maintain itself above that. Litecoin is at 86.45. Still struggling to break 87. It did reach 88 actually earlier this morning. And we're looking for 90 at the next level if we are able to continue breaking up above that. Still is able to maintain its uptrend, so that's pretty solid for Litecoin. Good growth so far. Good recoveries. That's really all I have for technical analysis. Let's move on to some news. Cover some of this. This is pretty funny. They are likely reintroducing a bill, whatever you want to call it, called the PELOSI Act. PELOSI standing for, PELOSI, so Preventing Elected Leaders from Owning Securities and Investments Act. Wow, what a name. These people are getting really creative with their acronyms. And of course, this is a bit of a dig at Nancy Pelosi being, the biggest insider trader. So that's what this act is to do, preventing congressmen, congresswomen from trading stocks because they are likely to act on insider information. What is going on with my polls? My polls okay? Yeah, my polls are tripping. What is going on? Well, we'll let it do. It doesn't really matter. Nothing really is happening with the polls there. It's still stuck. It was at 23, wasn't it? 23 Liberal. And now that one has moved over to Bloc Québécois. So it's a bit of a fighting going on there between those two. The one, though, it used to be with Conservative. They had like 11. Okay, it's just flashing like crazy. I have no idea. It's an issue with the stream that I'm using the source from, so we'll leave it at that. 15% chance that this passes, though, according to Polymarket, this Nancy Pelosi Act. I'm not clicking on that, but cool. Thought it was an image. Anyway. It's introduced, of course, by Senator Josh Hawley. It was introduced in 2023, actually, January 24. So they're bringing it back, reintroduced by Congress, reintroduced to Congress, right? This is something that Trump commented on before, and I have covered it. He said that, you know what, if Congress gives me that bill, I will likely sign that, right? Because we know that Nancy Pelosi, he singled her out specifically, is an insider trader. Why is she making millions of dollars? Has to be investigated, etc. Her family, all that stuff. So he was in favor of banning insider trading from Congress people, right? So let's see if that happens. We got another Karen. We know of Miss Elizabeth Warren and Schiff are calling for an ethics probe into President Trump's token dinner with the Trump meme coin, citing it as a pay-to-play corruption concern. I don't know. She's also, I guess, would this Trump meme coin also be considered insider trading? I don't really know. We know there's a bit, some sketchy stuff going on with like Melania's coin, right? Things with Hayden Davis and all that. Well, I don't know though. Like, I think this is not necessarily insider trading. Trump is just getting a little bit too wild with the calls, right? But he's also putting his token to a good use case, right? If you want to have a dinner with me, prove to me that you like me and hold this cryptocurrency token that I made. It makes sense, in my opinion. I think it's fair. So we'll see. Tether has reported that they are buying 7.7 tons of gold to strengthen backing for its XAUT token. Do we even have this on here? I know we have Pax Gold, but XAUT. Oh, we do have it. We could literally trade gold on a cryptocurrency platform. We know that gold has been doing very well, reaching all-time high levels. It reached is this accurate? 3,530. I don't think it was that specific amount. Pretty sure it was like 3,500 flat. Let me go to the actual gold chart because it's supposed to be a 1-to-1 correlation. Yeah, this shows me it's 3,500 flat. But on XAUT, it's showing 3,530. It's using Tether's gold stable coin kind of thing versus a US dollar stable coin, right? From Tether as well. In order to maintain these ratios, they have to have a lot of reserves, right? So that's why they've been accumulating a lot of gold. And that's why for the USDT stablecoin, they usually have a lot of bonds and things like that from the United States to keep it 1-to-1. What about Pax Gold? Is there any difference in that all-time high? We do have this here too. Let's see, 3,525. Kind of similar, I guess. It's up to you. They're all realistically supposed to capture the same kind of movements. Maybe you could measure with a volatility filter to see which one gives you more volatility. You could try to take advantage of that if you want. But yeah, you know, there's other options. If you don't want to trade gold on a spot exchange, you could use some pretty good leverage. What is this leverage? 20x. You go with 75x. Yeah, but I don't know if you really, really want to do that. Unless you're degenerate. What was the XAUT? How much leverage can I do here? Is 75 still? 50. Okay, cool. That's interesting to note. You're limited with Tether's gold-backed asset stablecoin, whatever you want to call it, versus Pax Gold actually offering 75x. Well, you be the judge of that. I'm pretty sure, though, on a regulated exchange, like, literally any, like, if you're just going to straight up buy the gold commodity, you cannot use that much leverage, or maybe no leverage at all, right? So these are good options, other alternatives. I wonder if, do we even have a silver one? What would it be? XAG? No. XAI? I think this is just AI, probably. What is XAI? I'm now curious. Why did you do this to me? Let me look it up then. XAI, come on. I literally have no idea what this is. Number 300. I'm guessing it's literally just AI. No, it's a gamer token. Off-chain labs, leveraging Arbitrum technology. Okay. Well, don't buy that. I have no idea what it is. I was just curious. What do we have for top gainers? I actually have not checked this in a very long time. We'll see what's going on. Virtual, I have noticed that has been rising like crazy. Especially last week. Had a massive rise. What is this? Yeah, 156% in the last week. All time, though, it's... oh, this used to be worth a lot more. 4.5. It's now worth $1. It's on its way back up. It's got a bit of potential here. I don't even know what it does, though. I do have to research this coin a little bit more. It's number 72. So at least in the top 100. Society of AI agents with Base and Solana. Imagine millions of Luna virtuals powered by game virtuals. Okay, well, we'll see. Meme coins are kind of back. Floki is rising. Hyperliquid is up 10%. Other meme coins, Theta, Monero. Monero went up, and I'll explain why in just a moment. So, yeah, I just wanted a bit of derailing from talking about that there. How's the polls doing? Still the same. Liberal 22, Conservative 10, Bloc Québécois 1. What are we waiting for next? I'm assuming it's now supposed to be... Maybe, is it 10 p.m. that we get results for... What do you call it? I'm looking it up. What time are the elections results coming in Canada? I don't know if I phrased that question correctly. Counting and results. Alright, this is the official elections Canada. English. Live election results after 7 p.m. Yeah, but what about, like... I know that's, like, obviously, yeah, 7 p.m. for the east side, but what about, like, continuing downwards? If that's the case, okay. 7 p.m. here is 2 hours, 30 minutes ahead. Would it be 9:30? Is it 9:30 that we're getting the results? Probably. Oh, what is this? Party, number of votes. Wow, okay, that's not looking too good, is it? Is this like... Which provinces does this include is what I'm trying to look at. Preliminary results, okay. Oh, okay, I get it. So this is just showing the percentage. Okay, this is the amount of people that voted. Yeah, number of votes. This is the number that we're seeing at the top, the 22 liberal and then the 10 conservative, right? So that's where they're getting this data from. Okay, interesting. But I still want to see, like, what provinces have reported yet, right? It actually shows all the parties here. I didn't even know half of these existed. Animal Protection Party. Yeah, Bloc Québécois exists. Centrist I'd never heard of. CFP never heard of. Christian Heritage. Communist Party. We have a Communist Party? Whatever. Independent Party, I saw one vote for that, but it's kind of gone away. Oh, look, 1,500 votes. 110 people voting for Communist Party. That actually exists. I didn't know that. Libertarian, 400 votes. Marijuana Party, 0 votes. RIP. Potheads. Marxist, Leninist. This is literally communism. What? 47 votes. Where? Who's voting for this? How do I see this? NDP, we know. No affiliation, 0. Parti Rhinocero Party. Party Rhinoceros Party. Cool. 200 votes. Quebec people being weird, I guess. People's Party of Canada. Surprising 5,000 votes. Kind of would have rather them vote Conservative instead, but you do you. And United Party of Canada, never heard of them. Okay, cool. I got kicked off the website. Stop it. Whatever, I'm just leaving. Really though, like, how do I see the provinces? Okay, that's not what I'm looking for. They literally kicked us out of the website. Website's having technical difficulties. Oh no. Oh no, they're gonna rig the elections. Is it over? It's over. I can't load. Yeah, it's... Okay, it's kicked me off. Whatever. We're not here to talk about that. I'm getting a little too excited. Okay. Alright, moving on. Still got some crypto news to cover, so we'll talk about it. Brazil's Itaú Bank purchased $210 million of Bitcoin. That's great. Whale accumulation. Not really whales, but institutional investors, right? Brazil's apparently making some moves with cryptocurrency as well. So that's interesting to see. I do want to check what the ETFs... Wow, $300 million in outflows so far today. However, Bitcoin's still 95,000. Unfazed. That's pretty cool. It kind of cancels out, I suppose, right? Brazil buys 210 million. ETF sold almost 400 million. Maybe BlackRock has purchased today. We'll never know until midnight. I hate that fact that BlackRock is always last and late in reporting what they purchased for Bitcoin ETFs, but it's okay. We'll see. What's great as well is MicroStrategy apparently had purchased another 15,355 Bitcoins for $1.42 billion. Average price of $92,000. Michael Saylor purchased. He's achieved a Bitcoin yield of 13.7% year to date. And as of April 27, yesterday, MicroStrategy now has 553,000 Bitcoins acquired for the total money wasted, not wasted, but invested, $37 billion, 37.9, almost 38 billion. Their average price, how is it still 68,000? They must have been accumulating for such a long time. I feel like they're buying the top every time and massive amounts. Oh, we got some numbers updated. 25 liberal, 13 conservative, 3 Bloc Québécois. Okay, maybe that's why that website was going down. It was just updating the numbers. Cool. Wonder from who specifically, though. Like, which parts of Canada have already voted? Whatever, we'll get to that when we get there. This is a list of elbozo moments. Governments that have sold their Bitcoin reserves, according to CoinGecko. Governments worldwide have sold a total of 65,850 Bitcoins. Don't panic, this was from way before chart data, right? they've reduced their reserves from 529,000 to 463,000 since July 2024. And of course, if you have the same PTSD as I do, this must have triggered flashbacks to Germany selling almost their 50,000 bitcoins for $2.88 billion, which by today's standards, I could actually do the math on this. 529, no, I'm blind. 50,000 bitcoins times the current price of Bitcoin is 95,000. Could have been $4.75 billion minus 2880. 000. They missed out on $1.87 billion. Easily. Just for holding on to it for not even a year, right? Couple months, 9 months. Even if you sold in January, you would have made a lot more, right? Bitcoin was 110,000. They missed out on profits. Dumb play, but enjoy your $2.88 billion. Germany, HFSP. Anyways, here's a comparison of the charts of what countries had last year versus this year. The United States still sells some of their Bitcoin. It wasn't too much. They now have 198,000 Bitcoins compared to 213,000 Bitcoins last year. China, I heard that they sold OTC. I'm guessing that wasn't really true. Or maybe they had something else. A different place where they had their Bitcoins. Still seems like they have $190,000. Or maybe this is just estimate because that number seems too exact, obviously. So they're probably just estimating numbers there. So China still has 190,000 Bitcoins. The UK has 61,000 Bitcoins apparently. Ukraine, they have 0 Bitcoins now. They already cashed out. These guys are money hungry. 186 Bitcoins is what they used to have. They have nothing now. Germany had 46,359 last year. Now they have 0. Bhutan has also been selling. They had 13,000. Now they have 8,500, almost 8,600. El Salvador actually has been accumulating, right? Yes. They had 5,800 and now they have 6,100. El Salvador, if you don't know, DCAs 1 Bitcoin every day. They purchase 1 Bitcoin every day regardless of the price. 1 whole Bitcoin. And on top of that, they do mine Bitcoin as well with volcanic energy. They're planning to make a Bitcoin city. El Salvador will be great. That's all I want to talk about there. Donald Trump will be launching a new crypto token, World Liberty Financial. We already knew about this, tied to his World Liberty Financial company. It's going to be releasing in the next 2 weeks. The token sale was already completed a couple months ago. Like, how do I explain it? Like, you could pre-register, right? Buy his token, be a part of the pre-sale, whatever it's called, right? We got even more numbers in. These numbers are kind of closing in. I'm happy about that. I'll talk about the numbers later. The polls. Yeah. So World Liberty Financial is going live in 2 weeks. That'll be cool to see. What he has in there so far is a lot of Tron tokens, a majority of Ethereum, a lot of wrapped Bitcoin as well. He doesn't have actual Bitcoin. He just has wrapped Bitcoin, which is just as fine. It's just Bitcoin on an Ethereum chain. Yeah, but a lot of Ethereum. And the portfolio is very, very down because of the fact that Ethereum has decreased like crazy. And specifically the Trump family were always very bullish on Ethereum. So they've got to do something to pump the price up. They want their portfolio to do well. You got to do something to increase the price of Ethereum. So we got to wait for that. And like I said, they have a lot of Tron because of Justin Sun, the CEO of Tron, contributing a lot and also being financial advisor in part of World Liberty Financial, what people are a little bit skeptical of. Not a lot of people like Justin Sun. He seems like he likes to get his nose in any little crypto thing that goes on. For example, like hunting the Bitcoin whale that was 50x leverage shorting Bitcoin at one time, possibly with insider information. He was willing to help contribute to the whales that were trying to liquidate that short position by mass buying Bitcoin. Back with, what was it, CB whale guy? I forgot his name. Also, when Germany was selling all their Bitcoins, he was willing to buy all the Bitcoins that Germany was selling OTC so that it doesn't impact the market, because what Germany was doing was that they were selling directly on the spot market, which was really damaging the price of Bitcoin last year. He was trying to be the savior there, kind of, right? He's in this project, World Liberty Financial. What else has Justin Sun done? Also Bybit hack, right? When Bybit lost all of its Ethereum, he was willing to help track down the perpetrators and also help Bybit recover. But CZ did most of the help right there. And, you know, we're all accused of manipulating the price of Ethereum, making it cheaper so that they could buy back all the Ethereum that they lost. But hey, now's a great time to buy back all that Ethereum you lost below 1,800, right? Easy way to make back all your money. Probably. We're getting a bit of a pump right now. Anyways, that's all the news I have for this. We're getting some numbers. 37 liberal, 25 conservative. Still just under half. I mean, just above half. If that makes sense. 9 Bloc Québécois. I'm assuming we're getting numbers from Quebec. So this is not going to surprise me. I will still think Liberals will lead until we get the rest of Quebec numbers in. We're going to get a lot more Bloc Québécois numbers in here. Conservatives will stay a little bit behind in this province. When it comes to Ontario, though, I'm pretty confident that the tables will flip over. I'm not sure if we're already counting in Ontario votes, but I'll check in a second when we get there. Still have a lot of news to go through. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get through it all. Token unlocks, this is another thing I wanted to talk about, is this week, or the upcoming week. That's this week, right? April 28 to May 4. Yeah, it's literally this week. Okay. Sui will be unlocking $317 million in tokens this upcoming week. The next 6 token unlocks is totaled to slightly over $150 million. So the major unlocks are coming from Sui. Sui still got a lot of supply up there, but only 32% of it is unlocked and in the markets. So you're releasing more Sui tokens into the market. What will that do? More supply, less demand. Might decrease the price of Sui just a little bit. So it wouldn't surprise me if in the price action of Sui, we might just see a bit of a slowdown with the rise, right? Maybe just decay around above $3 we will absolutely stay to maintain our uptrend for sure. But it's, you know, a drop is likely to happen. If you do see one throughout this week, that's probably why. What other coins are we getting token unlocks from is Omni Network, Athena, Optimism, Undead's Games I never heard of, Ronin I never heard of, and Camino I never heard of either, but those are happening. May 2nd is when we're getting those token unlocks for Sui, which will be... where's my phone? That's a Friday. Okay, so non-farm payroll day. Okay, cool. So, next, Coinbase will be launching Bitcoin Yield Fund on May 1st. They will be offering 4 to 8% annualized returns to non-US institutional investors through a cash and carry trade strategy. Cool. So what this means, based off my little bit of knowledge that I have on this, May 1st, Coinbase is allowing other institutional investors from other countries, right, to invest. It seems like it's staking Bitcoin, right? You're getting a percentage back, a yield. You can stake Bitcoin with Coinbase in the United States from another country. How this will work is with a carry trade strategy as well. I'm not sure if the percentages from US interest will have an impact on, like, an addition to the yield that you will be getting back anyway. I'm assuming it won't because it's just based through Coinbase. But, like, you know, doesn't matter what currency you use, it'll automatically be converted to the US dollar, and you can stake Bitcoin that way. I'm assuming this is what it means. But, you know, more options for institutional investors to stake their Bitcoin, it seems like. Let me see what Grok says. If there's any... It exploits price differences between spot and futures market at low-risk arbitrage method detailed in Deribit Insights. Okay. The funds avoids high-risk tactics like lending or option selling, addressing institutional demand for Bitcoin yield, which doesn't naturally generate returns unlike staked assets like Ether, as noted in Coinbase's announcements. Okay, this move reflects growing institutional interest in crypto yield products, with Chainlink's integration in DeFi and Bitcoin's price at 94,000, signaling a maturing market, though risks like basis compression and counterparty issues persist, as highlighted per user Ali Vacio. Nice. Cool, good stuff for Coinbase. MasterCard also getting involved in here in the crypto space. They did already have a partnership with MetaMask, a wallet from Ethereum, so that's good so far. And their MasterCard actually looks pretty cool, like with the Fox logo vertically. That's pretty cool. Anyways, they're announcing their end-to-end capabilities to support stablecoins today, ensuring payments can be made or received using them anytime, anywhere. Alongside proven leaders across Web3, finance, and fintech, we are empowering consumers and businesses to use stablecoins as easily as the money in their bank accounts. That is great news. Ease of access, right? You'll be able to use stablecoins for payments. That'll be, put everything on blockchain, right? That's exactly what we want to hear. So that's perfect. Oh, look at these numbers closing in. 45 liberal, 38 conservative. That's actually pretty close now. Okay, 46. Bloc Québécois 12. Yeah, we're absolutely touching Quebec right now. All right. Back to this. M2 money supply. This is not happening. If you missed it, this is an India glitch. So don't believe that. What you should be believing is just this without the India glitch. I'll go into this a bit more here. We're 20 days into a 3-month M2 move upward. The blast off already happened. We were expecting that to be May 1st. Seems like that came a bit earlier, so we changed our offsets from 108 days to 84 days, was it? Pretty sure it was 84. 80 days now. Okay, well, the number changes every day. But that's not too important. The offset is there. That's what's important. And what's also important is that it always points upwards nonetheless, so that'll be good. There's a lag or a delay between the moves that Global M2 makes and the moves that Bitcoin makes. M2 moves first, Bitcoin moves next. It's called the lag or the offset. M2 is real data that has already occurred. It's not a guess. You didn't include India in this chart due to set a massive 10x in M2 overnight. You can check those two posts for more details. I've already covered them yesterday. In summary, India's M2 spike of 10x it's just not fully confirmed in my mind as legit, and is not necessary for the Bitcoin pump that is already forecasted by existing global M2 even before India's spike. If the Bitcoin pump goes even higher due to India, then great. Like, yeah, sure. If this happens, I close the tab, but let me show here. If this happens, I mean, who's going to complain? That's absolutely beautiful. I would love to see that happen, but it's just unrealistic in my opinion. I'm taking a conservative approach. I'd like to learn more about what happened before. Okay, yeah. So, M2, I always talk about it up. That's all you got to know. Wow, 52 liberal, 38 conservative. That is a bit concerning. It's okay. It's just Quebec. That's all I'm going to tell myself right now. We'll see. All right, let's talk about Monero and this little hack. 9 hours ago, 9 plus 3 a.m., that's, don't make me do math now. 12 minus 6. 12 plus 6, 18. Right? Yes. Plus 9. It's 18 plus 9. Oh, no. Whatever, some number. 27. 27 hours ago. Really? 27 hours? I doubt that. I really doubt that. I must be doing my math wrong somewhere. It doesn't matter. Long time ago, a transfer was made from a potential victim for 3,520 bitcoins, which is worth $330 million. It was deposited into a theft's address. Shortly after, the funds began to be laundered via 6+ instant exchanges and was swapped for Monero, causing the Monero price, XMR, to spike 50%. I want to see if that got reflected on here. XMR. Oh, we don't even have Monero here. Cringe. Let me go to here. Oh, here's Monero. Yeah, I was going to talk about it here. Is this his price spike? Probably. It looks like it is. I do have another photo of the chart, though, so let me go to that. Some guy got hacked, lost $330 million in his Bitcoin. The theft tried to launder the money. Out of all coins, chose Monero, which I can understand why. It's very decentralized, right? Very private. Tries to swap into it, accidentally pumps the price of Monero to the moon from, what is this? Is this market cap or what is this? This is the price. It is the price, yeah. Pumping the price from like 260 to, what is this number? 340, we'll call it, right? 300 plus dollars. Crazy pump in the price just suddenly. 32% increase is what it showed. And lost all that money, I guess. So, yeah. Dear hackers, please swap to ETH next time. We need that exit pump. Pretty funny. And yeah, the reason why they use XMR is because it's untraceable, likely. But not when it's being on a bought on a centralized exchange. Does this mean that, like, their funds were confiscated by the exchange? Probably. Let me check here. 50% price surge in total from $230 to $350 due to sudden demand for relatively illiquid privacy coin. Monero's appeal to hackers stems from its privacy features, so stealth addresses, ring signatures, ring CTE, making transactions untraceable, unlike Bitcoin's transparent blockchain, as explained by getmonero.org. This led to the hackers' choice despite the price pump costing them millions. That's crazy. The post humorously notes the hackers' financial loss. They lost 30 to 50% of their laundered funds due to the XMR price spike. That makes sense, right? Reflecting common money laundering costs while playfully suggesting Ethereum as a better swap option for an exit pump. Yeah, it's pretty funny. Great. And even John McAfee apparently said this himself. We all know criminals use Monero. That's why I use it. He infamously said this. Wow. And just one last lighthearted joke. Vitalik posted this and deleted this tweet. The Ethereum Foundation will stop dumping Ethereum as soon as you stop complaining. That's pretty funny. All right. Election time. This is what we're here to talk about. Man, those numbers are growing crazy right now. Liberal 64, conservative 48. Donald Trump posted this on Truth Social today, saying, good luck to the great people of Canada. Elect the man who has the strength and wisdom to, this is where he goes a bit wild, cut your taxes in half, increase your military power for free to the highest level in the world, have your car, steel, aluminum, lumber, energy, and all other businesses quadruple in size with zero tariffs or taxes if Canada becomes the cherished 51st state. So he's basically saying, who cares about your election? Just become the United States, right? State of the United States of America. What? Oh, 51st state of the United States of America. Okay, my bad. No more artificially drawn line from many years ago. Look how beautiful this land mass would be. Of course, Trump would love to have the second largest country in the world be included into America. He's trying to annex that, trying to take over Panama Canal, trying to take over Greenland. You know. I'm going to sneeze. All right. Back. No border, all positives, no negatives. It was meant to be. America can no longer subsidize Canada with the hundreds of billions of dollars a year that we've been spending in the past. It makes no sense unless Canada is a state. This goes back to what I was trying to mention with people want Mark Carney to win because they're scared of this. Literally this. And pretty sure Pierre Poilievre is also upset with Donald Trump making this kind of post because it just makes people want to vote liberal. Although it's actually the wrong move because Trump I feel like Trump did this on purpose. He wants the Liberal Party to win. And he's even said this before. He's publicly admitted it. Because he feels, pretty sure this is what he thinks in his mind, he feels it would be easier to manipulate the Liberal Party into doing whatever he wants as an American, right? And it makes sense. He literally did that with Justin Trudeau. Kept bullying him and, yeah, literally bullied him out of office. Governor Trudeau. Made the guy resign. He had to quit and Mark Carney had to take over. And now Mark Carney is just trying to be like... Even Mark Carney was, telling y'all, oh, don't ask a banker about politics, ha ha ha, in like interviews a couple of years ago. But now he's all about it. He doesn't care about being a banker anymore. Now he's all about politics, and he's the guy that's going to stand up to Trump, and that's what people are voting for him for. That's the reason why people are voting for him. Now, this is why it kind of made Pierre Poilievre mad. Of course, Trump will not be able to manipulate somebody, a strong leader. This is at least what I think, like Pierre Poilievre. And he mentioned this, Pierre He mentioned this in a tweet responding to that kind of. Where is it? If I could find it, this guy has spammed a lot of posts. Did he delete it? Here it is. Yeah, President Trump. Stay out of our election. The only people who will decide for the future of Canada are Canadians at the ballot box. Canada will always be proud, sovereign, and independent. We will never be the 51st state. He's even confirming literally the exact same that Mark Carney is saying. We won't be a 51st state. We won't be a 51st state. But I think that Pierre Poilievre will actually put, you know, how do I say it? Make this true. Like he will actually make Canada not be the 51st state. He gets compared to Trump a lot just because of the fact that they're right wing on the right side mainly, right? So some people giving him a bit of backlash about this. Like the timing of this was unjustified. You should have just stayed silent, right? Let Trump speak, whatever. Don't try to appear as a tough guy here. Anyway, today Canadians can vote for change so we can strengthen our country, stand on our own 2 feet, stand up to America from a position of strength. This is not what we were voting for Pierre for, right? Although it's something that has to be done nonetheless. Oh my gosh, these numbers, man. 80 liberal. Anyway. Like what the reason we're voting for Pierre is what we said, right? For change, stop crime, housing costs, immigration, cost of living, gas, groceries, all that kind of stuff, right? And interprovincial trade, less taxes, etc. Stuff that even Mark Carney is kind of copying now, right? We'll just hope that if Mark Carney does win, he follows through on those policies that he mentioned. I don't think he will. I think it's just going to be another whatever amount of years full of lies, whatever. But you know what's giving us some hope, at least me some hope, is the poly market polls suddenly just started reversing a lot. I'm going to check it right now, like the actual numbers. But look at this. Suddenly now a lot of people are betting on Pierre to win, like last minute. It was like very close to like 80% to 20%. Mark Carney beating Pierre Poilievre. Now it's almost 50-50. So those numbers are closing in. Poly market. Next Prime Minister of Canada. What are these numbers at? Oh, well, it went the opposite way now. I thought it was coming back. What happened? Am I looking at the wrong chart? What chart were these people looking at? Next Prime Minister of Canada after the election. Okay, well, these numbers just suddenly dropped. Suddenly, very suddenly. Why? Where is this from? Next Prime Minister of Canada after the election. This title is different. Next Prime Minister of Canada after the election. It's literally this one. What happens to the percentages here? It was 28 to 72. Why does it show something different? All right, well, I thought this number would be meeting like 50-50 by the time I got to this point in my stream, but apparently not. Whatever, we'll still have to wait and see. Wow, here's your numbers so far. 84 Liberal, 55 Conservative, 12 Bloc Québécois, finally 1 NDP. That is just, that's crazy to see. NDP is so unpopular. Wow. Like, Bloc Québécois is outpacing NDP. That is just unheard of. Yeah, panic dumping. That's funny, funny, funny. All right, Canada elections. Elections Canada, whatever. Electoral district. Can I see a map, like an actual map? I want to see a map, bro. They had a whole map on Google already for like, you know, the US elections. Like, it was very interactive. It was good to see. This is the correct number, right? 84, 55. It says 60 Conservative. Why are you lying? This is delayed. Where's the map? Here's the map. Find a riding name. What? Get out of here. I'm guessing this is going to be updated like at the end. But yeah, like, look at the amount of Ontario. Ontario is going to matter so much because it's most populated. All of these tiny, tiny squares. I don't even know if you could see this. I'm going to zoom in as much as I can here. Yeah, look at all these tiny little squares, right? Are all districts that waiting to be voted for, right? Oh my gosh, it's crazy. Look at all that. I could zoom in like this, yeah. Look at just Toronto itself, right? So many. Hamilton's big, Niagara Falls. I'm sure Niagara will be a blue. London, Barrie. Not too much in Barrie. Quebec also has got a lot. Montreal. Crazy amount. Look at that. Oh, here we go. I guess it took a while for that to load. Okay, this is exactly what I want. Yes. So light blue is Bloc Québécois, right? Dark blue is the conservative. So this area obviously not that populated, but it shows a large landmass. It's literally what the United States was showing. Like you got a lot of landmass, but very few population, and those states would be red for Republican, right? Versus the cities would be mainly blue for Democrat, right? Kamala Harris was winning in the cities, major cities. Obviously, it seems to be in the cities people are more left, right? More on the liberal side of things. PEI is fully red. That is upsetting. St. John, look at this. This is exactly what I'm talking about. St. John, Nova Scotia, I think. I hope my geography is right. Or is it New Brunswick? St. John is New Brunswick. Halifax is Nova Scotia. My bad. St. John's, New Brunswick. The capital of a province, New Brunswick. Red for liberal. The rest of it is blue. So, well, yeah. These are states that are, not states, provinces that are confirmed. Districts, whatever you want to call them. Quebec, you see that Quebec is mainly red, right? Mainly red or a little bit light blue for Bloc Québécois. I'm seeing some blue and some red for Ontario. Okay, here we're getting some... Wow, Toronto is very red. Brampton red, Mississauga red. A bit more blue in the north side. Barrie blue. Guelph is red. You still haven't gotten Kitchener. London's being red. Wow. And Niagara Falls blue. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. So these are like a bit lighter shades because they're not confirmed yet. So we're still waiting for those. Liberal 93, conservative 67 so far. We're getting some already over here. Look at Alberta, man. Fully blue, except for this little, what is this? South Edmonton. Why are we getting NDP there? Confirmed Saskatchewan, not Saskatoon. Saskatoon will probably be red. Like this little blip of land, it's going to be red. Because it's a city. That's what happens. Look, literally, this is what I'm talking about. You'll be surrounded by blue in a province, but then in the city itself, where a lot of people live, you'll get red. Like, come on. Whatever. Yeah, Northwest Territories, red as expected. We still have not gotten anything for BC. It's going to take a while. Man, these numbers are coming up like crazy. 94 Liberal, 70 Conservative. How long will I keep this stream up? I'll keep it up for a while longer. Let me check my phone. I'm getting a lot of texts about this stuff. Let me check here. All right. Let me go to Ontario here. My gosh, Toronto's just turning very red. That's upsetting. Thought Toronto would be more blue. No, but come on, you got a lot of woke people there, so of course they're gonna vote red. A little bit of blue there. Man, a lot of red over here. What's going on? Sudbury red. Thanks, Sudbury. Ottawa red. No surprise. Capital of Canada. Yeah, deserved. Montreal very red. This is Bloc Québécois. Quebec City. Quebec City kind of battle going on here. That's cool to see. What else? What else we got? Okay, so these are fully confirmed by now. Of course, none of these are confirmed either. There's just like what's in the lead so far. We do need 172 for majority, like I said. Man, it's getting a little crazy. Manitoba getting some blue. Is this all just one piece? That is crazy. The fact that nobody lives up here. None of it is all just one politician, I assume, you know? It's crazy. 98 oh no, 101 liberal, 76 conservative. Okay, so that should give you an approximate ratio, right? How would I say this? Like 3/4. No, how do you even math this? No, I can't math that. Forget it. I could try 102 plus 77 is that. So it's 179. If 76 divided by 179, that's 42% towards conservative. And the other, what's 100 minus 42? 58% towards liberal. Get your Bradley, are you watching my stream? Yes. Texting Bradley right now. What did you just call me? Are you, let me ask you, are you watching my stream? Or just chat in the YouTube chat, unless my YouTube chat is not working, I don't know. Bruh, he was not watching. Okay, never mind. Labrador is full red. Newfoundland, full blue, except for, of course, the city. St. John's, red. And a bit around over here. What is this? Cape Breton, probably? I've been around here. Oh no, this is Cape Breton, sorry. What is this? Oh, that's Newfoundland. I didn't go that far up north. I'm thinking of Nova Scotia. I'm mixing it up. Hi, Bradley. Welcome. Look, it's all the cities, the major cities, like the capital cities, are red. St. John, red. PEI, there's no hope. The other St. John's, Newfoundland. What? There's two, right? Oh, Fredericton is the capital of New Brunswick. I am blind. But still, St. John is a major city nonetheless. Moncton, New Brunswick. Also, New Brunswick is done. Yeah, it's unfortunately mostly red, especially in the cities. But like around it, it's not that much. It's blue mainly, so that's pretty good. A lot of Bloc Québécois, of course, in Quebec. No surprise. North Quebec liberal. This side of Quebec is also looking very liberal. Oh no! Oh no! Look at this NDP garbage. That's so much. It seems like it's so much, but realistically it's just two. You shouldn't be too afraid of this, right? NDP is not that bad. I'd still rather that be blue nonetheless. This is concerning though. This, like, we got a lot of little districts or regions or whatever you want to call it. Toronto, Oshawa, Mississauga, Brampton. Voting red. That's concerning. Hamilton, nothing yet. Niagara Falls blue, guaranteed. Brantford blue, congrats. London red, SMH. Windsor blue, cool. Sudbury red, of course. Timmins, nobody goes to Timmins. Thunder Bay red. Halton, where's Halton is, I'm not good with maps, am I? Here, Guelph, Halton. I'm assuming this is Halton, right? Is it blue or is it this one? I don't know how far it is from Kitchener. Do I have to look it up? I'm not opening Google Maps, bro. I could have my phone. Halton. I'm at the York region. It's looking like a little blue. If I'm not wrong, this is Vaughan, Richmond Hill, Aurora, Newmarket, Barrie. Where's the water? The Lake Simcoe. Am I blind? Brampton. There's no hope for Brampton. I'm expecting Brampton to be fully red. It's all, you know what kind of people are there. Of course, they would want more immigration. Yeah, around here is Halton then, right? Yeah, I have no idea, man. Okay. What else we got? St. Catherine's still nothing yet. Oh no, Barry's turning red. Sucks. Peterborough. Kingston, I'm hoping Kingston at least is blue. Look at Ottawa, man, it's fully red. Montreal fully red. Quebec City. Quebec City's got a chance, right? At least it's not Bloc Québécois. What is down here? Isn't this USA? I guess not. A lot of liberal as well, south of Quebec. I'm expecting Quebec to be very red. This is not looking great, is it? 124 liberal, 89 conservative. 16 Bloc Québécois, 2 NDPs. Not confirmed NDPs. Where's the confirmed NDPs? Do we know? I'm assuming it's not these, because this is a different shade. Unless it is, and I'm just blind. Oh, Edmonton's turning a little bit red. A little bit red in there. Come on, this is Alberta. It should be fully blue. What is going on? Calgary fully blue confirmed here. That's great. Yeah, Alberta guaranteed blue. Saskatchewan looking blue so far, although we're getting a bit of red in Saskatoon and Regina. Can I maximize this chart? I guess like this. I don't know. What is this? I have no idea. Oh, man. This region's turning a bit blue. Guelph's turning red. Kitchener's turning red. Brampton more red. Toronto almost fully red. Mississauga also. What is this? Around here is the Etobicoke. Yeah, no. Where's Kingston? Nothing yet. Ottawa fully red. That is crazy. This is not looking that great. I had more hopes up for Ontario. I don't know, man. You'll notice that like the large pieces are blue and then the tiny ones are red. Just these tiny little, like, come on. It's because of the overpopulation there. Niagara still blue. London going fully red here. Alright. Sudbury red, yeah. Tim. Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, I was not expecting all this to be red. Whatever. It's really insignificant at this point. I think we're going to need a miracle. Oh, this turned red as well. North Manitoba. It used to be NDP. None of it seems like it's going to be NDP. Yeah, St. John's confirmed. Fully red. Nova Scotia. It's looking like it's going to be more red here as well. It's just the major cities, man. Fredericton, St. John, New Brunswick, Moncton, red. PEI is fully gone red. Yeah, okay. We're just going to have to wait until... Oh, look at this. We're getting some for... Wow, that is unexpected. Vancouver blue? Probably thanks to that terrorist attack. Like, no disrespect or anything, but, like, people are seeing the crime that's on the streets going on right now, so maybe they're voting for Conservative Party for a change. Hey, are we getting all the results in soon? What is the numbers? 128 Liberal, 89 Conservative, 17 Bloc Québécois, 2 NDP. Oh, no. Yeah. I don't like this. I don't like how it's looking. Should I count? I don't know. I'm not going to count like all of these tiny little specks of land. That tiny little... Is that Bloc? That's Bloc. It's not Conservative. Yeah, they are supposed to be in by 9, but like keep in mind this is 3 hours behind us. This is where our friend JD lives, right? Like south of here, of course, but yeah, 3 hours behind. West USA, West Canada, West Coast. So like their results will be in by midnight, and then it's gonna carry on till like overnight. I'm gonna be asleep. I'm not gonna stay up for this. I stayed up till like 3 a.m. for the US elections, and I'm not even gonna stay up until 3 a.m. for our Canadian elections, the country that I live in. And yeah, and Sebastian. I told him to vote Pierre, and he's like, should I? I'm like, yes, you're a young man, you must vote Pierre. What are you doing? Let me check as well. Let me ask him. I said vote Pierre in the general chat. We'll see. Just spam tag Houdini. Yeah, I don't know. You ask him, see what he says. Hopefully he paid attention to what I told him to. I'm upset with this red. It's not confirmed though, so it's fine. This confirmed blue, that's beautiful. Confirmed blue in Calgary, beautiful. A bit of red here. Yo, Pierre, you want to come out here? Yeah. Saskatoon turning red. Regina, do we have anything? Bit of blue, that's good. There's no Bloc Québécois anywhere else other than these areas of Quebec. So we shouldn't see the numbers of Bloc Québécois increase more than 17, maybe 18 if we confirm a couple more. But yeah, I don't think much bigger. I'm probably lying. It's probably going to increase a little bit higher than that. I've not checked. This is supposed to be a crypto stream, and I'm not even checking this. I mean, yeah, Bitcoin is not really moving too much anyway. Still stuck within this range. Whatever. Can I make this dark theme? Ah, there we go. That'll be easier on your eyes. Sorry, fellas. I just hope this doesn't have an impact on the numbers. Kind of has an impact on the text. Does this have a dark theme? Don't. It's clicking me out. Damn it. No. Go back. Okay. We're back. Oh, it tells me here, right? Seats by province. Confirmed. Newfoundland, 7. What? Oh, there's 7 in total. Oh, but no, this was from last week, but Bitcoin's just stuck at the top, which is not bad either. Yeah, for real. What else we got? PEI fully read, confirmed. I think the Force Dark page is kind of messing with like the shades. That's why I don't want to really use it. Otherwise I would. It's like it's a built-in thing with Opera, but it's not always perfect, the dark theme, the Force Dark theme. So yeah. Quebec City is still battling here. Still got a chance for blue. I do have Force Dark, but I just don't like using it in some instances. Like, if it's like an image, for example, it literally just looks like you just invert the image. Like you put negative colors on it. That's literally what the dark theme feels like. So that's why I don't use it too often, but I do use it in most cases. What is this NDP doing in Montreal? What are you doing? Oh man, Montreal can go die. Ottawa, fully red, yeah. Can we get some more blues? Oh, look at this. Brampton getting some blues, finally. So yeah, this is going to take a long time to count into because this is a big population in here. Who knows? Man, Barry's turning red over here. What's below Barry? What is that region? Is that where I am? I don't even know where I am. I'm pulling up the map on my phone just to check. Where am I? I can't see Lake Simcoe, so that's why it's throwing me off. I usually, like, guide myself from, like, the lake. What do you even call this region? I have no clue, man. Okay, if this is Barrie, where is Barrie? I am, like, over here. I think I'm in the blue. I don't even know. It's fine. I'm not sending you my address. I don't want to get doxxed. But I live in a very populated area, so... No, like, Lake Simcoe should be, like, around here. Am I right? Like, if this is Barrie, Lake Simcoe should be this. I don't see that on this map, and it's throwing me off. Or maybe this blue landmass is just the lake, and I just think it's conservative. Like, this you could easily tell is, like, Lake Ontario. This is Lake, Huron or Superior? No, Huron. Huron? Erie? Erie is south. Lake Erie, down here. Yeah. This is St. Lawrence. Still got that NDP. Confirmed Liberal in Montreal. RIP. Some confirmed... Are these confirmed Bloc? Yeah, they are. Confirmed Bloc Québécois. No, Lake Simcoe is literally on Barrie. Like, this. I don't know if you can see my mouse cursor, but this. I'm pretty sure that's Lake Simcoe. Brother, let me pull up the map again. Yeah, that's literally Lake Simcoe. It's like right on Barrie. Like to the right side of it. This. Why don't they just show this on the map? What's so difficult? Where's Peterborough from here? Oh, Peterborough is far. Okay, I might be exaggerating. It's not going to be that big. Lake Simcoe's like this big. But like around over here. And I'm like south of that. So like over here. Yeah, I think mine is blue. I'm sure this is like Township of King. This is probably Aurora, Richmond Hill, Vaughan, Markham. Surely this is like Steeles Avenue, right? Okay, don't drop nukes on me, pal. Niagara Falls turning red. What is going on? St. Catharines red. Okay. London. Getting some blue, but still overall red. Kitchener, Guelph, SMH. Brampton, you gotta do some more. What is Mississauga doing, bro? Yeah, I'm under Barrie. Steeles. Yeah. Surely this is Steeles, right? What is this? Is this... Surely this is Yonge Street, right? Or this one? No, what? Yeah, this is probably Yonge Street or... I don't know, Bathurst, Jane, Keele. One of these. Who knows? Sudbury, Timmins, Thunder Bay turning red. Winnipeg turning red. Is that the only relevant country? I mean, city in Manitoba? Probably. What are these little islands on Lake Superior? Regina is still kind of becoming blue. Most of these large land masses are blue, which... And they're confirmed, so that's good. Probably because there's obviously not a lot of population there. Saskatoon is turning a bit blue. That's good. Edmonton still's got this little speck of red. And what is this NDP, bro? Get out of here. Calgary getting some red. That's a bit concerning. I was expecting like... Okay, well, I'll give them some red. You can have 1 or 2 reds. Sure, for Alberta. But the rest of this should be blue. And sure, well, you can take 1 yellow too. I'll give you that. None of it... Is that confirmed? None of it? Yeah, none of it's confirmed yellow. NDP. Well, they did it again. We're starting to get some for British Columbia too. These are not confirmed yet though. I'm happy with this Vancouver thing though. Vancouver is like, I heard at least, is very liberal. So we're seeing some blue there. It's a bit good change of heart, but it's still too early to tell. So we don't know. What does this X button do? Oh, nothing. Great. Man, all this red. Okay, we're getting some blue. Some blue on here in Mississauga too. Niagara Falls, man, you gotta go turn back blue. I saw a big, on Twitter, there's a big... I could go on Twitter while we browse and wait, right? Just to check the Canada election stuff. Canada elections 2025. Oh wait, what is this? CTV News declares Liberal win? Okay, is it Blue Wave? Liberals projected to win the Canadian... That is sad. Oh, that is sad. Okay, this is what we have for... Well, his resume. 20 years at Goldman Sachs, Governor Bank of Canada, Governor Bank of England, Vice Chair at Brookfield, Board of Trustees in World Economic Forum, Advisor to Stripe, Coho, Prince Charles, and Oxford University. So much more. Why is bro glazing? Alright, we'll see. Rigged. Yeah, it's probably rigged. Literally this. 9 years at Trudeau. Carney. Wow, people are voting LeBron James. You ever want a brain? No thanks, I support liberals. Literally the housing crisis. 1,200,000 in Vancouver for this tiny thing versus 1,200,000 in Texas for a beautiful house. Yeah. It's still yeah, this too. Come on. Look at this and tell me this is not rigged. Look at the amount, just look at the amount of followers. This is literally Trump-Kamala kind of deal. Trump had way more followers than Kamala Harris. But Kamala Harris was still projected to win nonetheless. And I'm hoping for a big turnaround. I don't know. We still have a long way to go though. Like they shouldn't be calling it victory. Look, none of these are confirmed yet. Nothing in Ontario is confirmed yet. Not one. We got some confirmation in Alberta and so far it's blue. Manitoba as well, and Saskatchewan. Some confirmation. So far, fully blue. The east side is mainly red, unfortunately, but most of it's already confirmed. So there's no hope there. Quebec, probably no hope over here. Look at this. Majority liberal, a lot of Bloc Québécois, and then some conservative. BC, I'm hoping, is fully blue. Same with Alberta. It's the only thing that could really save us. And Ontario, obviously, Ontario is the biggest. But look at this projection. So far, it's mainly liberal. It's not looking good. Man. Do you guys really, really like that Toronto Mayor, Olivia Chow? Doesn't she, like, do a lot of pride stuff? Oh, did you know? Go to liar.com. Liar.com. Unless they patch this. No, they didn't. It goes to Mark Carney's Twitter, and that's not a joke. Literally. Let me try again. Go here. Go liar.com, and you're Mark Carney's Twitter. Like, no joke. It's pretty cool. Pretty interesting. Yeah, these people are still voting for that guy. Isn't it crazy? What are we at? 146 Lib, 108 Con, 21 Bloc Québécois, 7 NDP. Nothing for Green, nothing for independent parties or any other parties. Did you know that we had a communist party? That was so interesting to see earlier. What happens if just a communist party wins in Canada? That's pretty funny. It would suck, but it would be pretty funny. Okay. Sherbrooke. Is this supposed to be New Brunswick? No, Quebec. I don't know where that is. Quebec City still battling. Yeah, all this stuff is gone. Confirmed gone. This, congratulations, but nobody lives here. And St. John's, a lot of people live here. Okay. Yeah, it's mainly in like the actual major cities. It's looking like a lot of red. Look at it. Toronto's going to be fully red. This is upsetting. Same with Ottawa. Full red. No blue in sight. Winnipeg still battling here. Looking red. Red north part of Winnipeg and Manitoba. Wait, did I just say Winnipeg and Manitoba and Saskatchewan? Sorry. Winnipeg is the city. Regina still looking to get blue. Saskatoon also still looking to get blue. Edmonton with that little spick of red still. Calgary, a little bit of red there too. Mainly blue though. Mainly blue for BC so far. BC fully... We don't have anything red in BC. And Yukon. Yukon will probably be red. Probably. It's just one anyway, so who really cares? Nobody lives there. Alright. Any updates to the numbers? 146 Liberal, 114 Conservative. Man, I was expecting it to be at least a little bit tighter than that. Like, come on. Okay. How long will I keep streaming this? I don't even know. What was it? Oh yeah, I was looking at this. Possible election fraud. Global News is projecting a liberal government, but is not yet known if it will be a minority or a majority. Oh yeah, don't we need just like 172? Polls closed in Ontario, Quebec, and Alberta. Liberal ridings flipped blue in Atlantic Canada. That's cool. Ridings to report 50. Oh, I think it actually is like the first number that... Oh, no, never mind. Ridings to report just means like the rest that is in the gray. Or not confirmed, right? 46 out of 343 seats called. 172 for majority. Yeah, still got a while to go. Okay. We're still in it. Hopefully we get some turnaround over here. Okay, starting to see some... Okay, that's not good. We just got 2 confirmed reds in Toronto. Okay. Well, near Mississauga here. Barrie turning a little blue. That's good. Hey, this is turning blue. Blue confirmed here. Is this... This is Quebec, yeah. Okay, deserved. Bloc Québécois. Confirmed red in Ottawa. Some confirmed red in Montreal. NDP likely there. We're getting some blue here. That's good to see. Quebec City. It's looking a little bit more red now. Still one bit of blue in there, so that's cool. Edmonton, look at this. Fully blue. We got rid of that red in there, so cool. Calgary is getting some more red virus around here, though. Alright. Oh my gosh, look at this NDP stuff. And, okay, yeah, Yukon red as predicted. NDP, really? Man, come on. Still nothing for Victoria. Nanaimo, I'm hoping is blue. I don't know. Vancouver, it wouldn't surprise me if it's red. We're already seeing some of that over here. One NDP over here. What are you doing? North BC over here. Northwest BC looking yellow as well. Yellow confirmed for none of it. Winnipeg is turning so red. As Regina looking very blue. That's good. Saskatoon looking blue as well. Alright. What's the numbers? 151 Lib, 119 Conservative. Yeah. Okay, Niagara Falls still red. London still got the 2 out of 3 being red. Is Brampton doing some red, some blue? Alright. Oshawa, some blue. That's nice. Peterborough. Exactly, but hey, you know... Orange is like... It's supposed to be liberal, but a different version of it. So they're taking away votes from the liberals, which I guess that kind of helps conservatives. So I'm fine with it. Like, if you want to... If you're a liberal person, you're a Democrat, and you want to vote for NDP, sure, just do it. Like, as long as you don't vote for liberal, it'll help us in our chances. Still, it's really dumb to vote like that. Just vote blue, honestly. What are you doing? Okay. Still nothing here for these. Calgary, we're getting some confirmed blues in the city. Edmonton, still nothing confirmed, but looking very blue. Huge blue wave for Alberta, though. Like, if you zoom out like this, it's looking so blue. That's beautiful. I mean, that was as predicted. We knew Alberta was going to be, like, fully blue. Danielle Smith just does such a good job, and if we end up losing this election, if Liberals win, we might just... What if Alberta just becomes the 51st state? We just ditch Canada. It'll look weird in terms of border, but, you know, much better policies. And they have threatened that before. So it wouldn't surprise me. Might even move there before they make the big switch. In Quebec, we've had 3 Conservative confirmed, 6 Bloc Québécois confirmed, and 5 Liberal confirmed. But still projected for a lot of Liberals' victory there. Similar to, you know, Ontario. 4 Liberal confirmed, 3 Conservative confirmed. It's looking almost like, okay, maybe 60-40, right? Liberal against Conservative. I don't know, man. Should we even blame, what's his name, Doug Ford for this? Because, like, he kind of betrayed us. Maybe made people lose hope in the conservative government. Could be the case. Oh, man. 2 confirmed Manitoba blue. 6 confirmed Manaskatchewan, yes. Saskatchewan blue. Alberta fully blue. 1 little bit of red. BC nothing confirmed yet. The territories, who cares about these? If it was up to me, we'd sell those to Russia. Still a lot of red in Toronto. This upsets me, man. Niagara Falls was blue. What are you doing? Hamilton's turning red as well. Kingston red, it's over. Ottawa confirmed red's over here. Yeah, Ottawa's gone. One little blue there in Montreal. Also that NDP confirmed red's in there too. Quebec City. Not looking so great for conservatives as well. Oh, we just got some confirmation here. Is that confirmed Bloc Québécois? No, it's not. Oh, they're actually just flipping blue. Okay, that's good. Flipping conservative. Fredericton, St. John, red. Moncton, red. Yeah, these are all practically gone, confirmed. Newfoundland and Labrador, fully confirmed. Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, fully confirmed red. Nova Scotia, we still about to get another red in there. It's not looking that good. 151 and 126. Kind of battling for these two territories. Bloc Québécois has 23, NDP has 6. Alright, alright. Come on. Alright, there we go. Very fully turned blue. That's great. It's not full confirmed though, so we gotta wait and see. Oh, some reds. Man, this is not looking so good. It's a lot of red and all this tiny bit of land, but it's just so populated that there's just so many seats. Yeah. Why Niagara? London's still looking the same. How is the other provinces doing? This will be my last check, and then I'll probably end stream. Winnipeg still looking a little red. Regina full blue. Saskatoon full blue. Nice. Calgary, get rid of this, please, and turn full blue. Edmonton full blue, looking like. Looks good. Vancouver, some reds, splotches of land, but some blue in there as well, so there's still some hope. Victoria, nothing yet. Nanaimo, nothing yet. A lot of NDP. What is going on? Weird, weird. Kelowna, BC, red. Some blue for the large land masses. Yeah, we're kind of coming back, are we? What's the percentage now? What did I calculate before? I did a manual calculation. It was 42% conservative, 58% liberal. That was maybe, how long ago? Half an hour ago? Yeah, we're down a lot less. 151 plus 127 is 278. So if 127 of that out of the, what did I say? 278 is conservative. That's still 45%. What did I say before? 42%. Okay, we're kind of increasing in percentages. That would mean, of course, 55% would go to liberal. Or 54. There's a small percentage in there. Small decimal point. Alright, not looking too bad. This makes me happy, Alberta. Congrats. What is going on in Toronto, though? Oh my gosh, it's more confirmed red. Barrie, at least they came back, turned around. Niagara Falls flipped to red, unfortunately. Bad trade-off. Kitchener fully red. Yeah. Kingston red is upsetting. Ottawa's going to be fully red. Montreal is going to be fully red as well, with maybe some splotches over here. I don't know. Quebec City, alright. We're still getting some conservative in Quebec, so it's not all over there, but majority is liberal and Bloc Québécois. Like, if it's just between the two, I'd rather them just vote Bloc Québécois, not vote for liberal. And if we're talking, like, over here, like, this doesn't upset me too much, as long as they're not voting liberal. The NDP votes. Yeah. Oh, this is confirmed, whatever this land mass over here is. What would this be? Tobermory? No, Tobermory is over here. What is up here? It's probably some random land. Let me look up a map. Parry Sound. I've been there before, camping. Sudbury up north here is, unfortunately, red. What else we got? A lot of red in in Toronto. Yeah, in Ontario too. Alright, cool. Well, screenshot these results so far. Yeah, I'm gonna have to see tomorrow what the results are. I'm not gonna stay up for most of this. I won't be streaming tomorrow, but we'll talk about it on Wednesday, and I'll let you know if I'll be moving away or not. So there we go. 153 lib, 131 conservative. That's where I'll leave it off. Can we get a comeback? I really hope so. Let's prove these darn media news outlets wrong. Crazy work. I mean, you could buy. Oh man, 98% chance to 2% chance. Poly market is not looking so good, but if you really want to bet, nah, I think it's over. I think it's over, honestly. It's looking like a liberal win. Who knows? Yeah, okay. I'll end this stream for real though, because nothing I could do here but complain, right? All right, guys. Have a good night. Bye. See you day after tomorrow.